All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Memphis. Going on our second practice here. Got in yesterday on Christmas Day. Had a really good practice yesterday, which would be something similar to a Tuesday practice in season. Today would be like a Wednesday practice in season. There's not much difference between the two. Had good bounce yesterday. The guys were excited about having a few days off. Coming back together in a good place. Looking forward for a better practice today and getting ready for a good A&M team. Unfortunately, we're going to be without the services of Clint. He did not get cleared. I'm going to let y'all talk to him here in a minute. But he didn't get cleared, so we're going to be without him. Skyler will be our starter. He's taken about 90% of our reps the entire month anyway. And then Paul, if we need him, it would be unfortunate if we did need him, but if we did need him, then he would go in. Logan Moore is also taking some reps. If a helmet pops off, we're probably going to put Logan in there, but if something happens to Skyler, then we'll go with Paul so we can try to put our best foot forward and be able to win the game. So with that, take some questions real quick.
Talk about your reaction there for Clint. Obviously a tough situation for him. It's got to be hard for you to see him not be able to finish it off.
Unfortunate, just because he's done such a good job for us. He's been our starting quarterback. I still consider him our starting quarterback. I mean, his senior year didn't end the way that he wanted it to. But with that said, 10 and a half good games, and put us in a position to be able to play in this bowl game. Played really good for the first 3 quarters of the year. Unfortunate, we'll see where it goes from here for him, whether he can continue to play after this or not. You guys can ask him. I know he's going to be a hell of a coach one day.
Any academic updates? Any academic casualties for the bowl?
Yeah, Colin Christian didn't make it. Brandon Jackson didn't make it. So their senior years ended one game earlier than we anticipated.
For you guys, you said nice bounce coming in yesterday. Any concerns about that when you have guys for an extended break? You said you wanted to give them some time, that they'll come back maybe a little flat. And what was it that you liked yesterday?
Is Ed the only one asking questions here today? I was a little concerned with it. Probably gave him off one more day than I'm accustomed to, but the way the schedule worked out, we wanted to give them a few days off. It's just kind of how it worked out. So we wanted to knock the rust out of them yesterday. It's hard to travel and then immediately get them out on the practice field. It's kind of tough to do that from just a scheduling point of view. With that said, boy, they had a good bounce. Their legs were fresh. They were excited about being here. That's Bowl 101. If the guys are excited about being here, then they're going to have a good bit of bounce. So our guys, based on what happened yesterday, I think our guys are pretty fired up about being here.
Is it still a learning curve for you? I mean, every bowl game is different, I suppose.
Well, I mean, if I didn't forget how to do it the year just because we didn't go to a bowl game yesterday or last year. I think that humbled our entire team. So there's a lot of guys here that haven't been to a bowl game because we're young. We got a lot of JC guys. Prior to that, there was 14 straight years where I'd been to bowl games and we've been pretty successful in them. So I think we've got a pretty good formula on what to do, and the guys have been following it to a T.
It seems like Skyler knew the offense in and out by the time he got in at Iowa State and even before. But what is the last month even taking him deeper into maybe some sort of understanding?
Night and day. I mean, before we put him in against Kansas State, I was concerned. Didn't know how he'd react, and handled it well. And I think that gave him a bunch of confidence to where he got better in the Iowa State game. And I've seen considerable improvement here in the last 4 weeks.
And even looking back to last summer when he was going to sit out a year, can you even describe the kind of leap he's made?
It's night and day. I mean, we didn't think he was ready. Mentally, we didn't think he was ready. Physically, we didn't think he was ready. I went with William Crest earlier in the year because I thought he was ahead of him. The improvements that he made in the last 2 months, I've never seen it with the quarterback before. That is a true sophomore.
Not to mean what he's done, but was his elevation to that almost a matter of you didn't have any choice other than
pretty much? Yeah, because at that point, we wanted to save Paul. Going into his senior year, you saw Clint improve going into his senior year, so we thought Paul would show that kind of improvement as well. So we wanted to save him. So the next guy up was Skyler, and he took advantage of the reps that he was allowed, and he's shown a ton of improvement.
Is Kevin White at 100% or just slightly off that, or where do you see him?
Probably he needs to be. He wasn't against Iowa State, and it hurt us offensively. So he's back to where he was. He's getting on the same page with Skyler, which that takes some time as well.